Sometimes life suddenly grows quiet. Friends drift away. Plans collapse. Opportunities vanish before your eyes. At first, it feels like rejection, like you've been left behind while everyone else keeps moving forward. The silence can be deafening. You scroll through your phone, but there are no messages. You look for direction, but the path is covered in fog. And in that stillness, an old fear appears. What if I am forgotten? What if I am not meant for anything at all? But Jung would remind us, the universe does not abandon without reason. What you call isolation may in truth be initiation. The emptiness you feel is not a punishment, but a preparation. In the stillness where nothing seems to move, something profound begins to grow. Carl Jung believed that moments of solitude are never accidental. They are an essential part of individuation, the lifelong process of becoming who you truly are. When life removes you from noise, routines, and constant stimulation, it's not a punishment. It's a space created for inner growth. Think about it. When you are constantly surrounded by people, opinions, and distractions, you live according to their rhythm. You act the way others expect. You carry their judgments, and you unconsciously wear masks to fit in. But when isolation comes, when friends drift away, plans collapse, or the phone suddenly becomes silent, all those masks begin to fall. What is left is only you, and facing yourself without distractions is both terrifying and liberating. In those quiet moments, your unprocessed fears rise to the surface. You notice the emptiness you were hiding behind busyness. You confront questions you've been avoiding for years. Who am I without them? What do I really want? What is missing inside me? Jung believed that these moments are necessary shocks to the system, a chance for your unconscious to communicate with you. And this is the paradox. Isolation feels like loss, but it is really the beginning of a deeper connection. It strips away the false identities we have borrowed from society, friends, or even family. Only in that silence do we begin to meet our authentic self, the one who was always there, but drowned out by noise. Isolation is not simply emptiness. It's a crucible. When everything familiar is taken away, when you no longer have the noise of constant conversations or the comfort of routine distractions, something remarkable happens. Your deeper self begins to speak. Carl Jung wrote that the soul grows in darkness, just as seeds first push their roots into the unseen soil before rising toward the light. Alone, without the masks we wear for others, we are forced to confront the raw material of who we are. The insecurities, the doubts, the unlived dreams, all of it surfaces. At first, this feels unbearable, but that confrontation is exactly what forges growth. Think of the times in your life when you were surrounded by people, yet felt lost. Now compare that to moments when you were alone, perhaps after a breakup, a move, or a loss. And though painful, those moments carried the seeds of transformation. Jung believed that solitude is the stage where individuation takes root. You stop living only for approval and begin shaping yourself according to your inner truth. Isolation strips away illusions. It shows you what is real, what values you truly hold, what passions are yours and not borrowed from others, and what wounds you must finally face instead of hiding. So if you feel abandoned by the universe, consider this. Perhaps you are being hidden, not forgotten. Hidden in order to transform, so that when you emerge again, you carry something stronger, deeper, and more authentic than before. Before we continue, please take a moment to like this video. Your support helps more people discover these ideas. And if you're enjoying this journey into the mysteries of the mind, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Now, back to the video. But how do you actually live through isolation without breaking down? Jung believed that the key lies in changing your relationship to solitude, Instead of seeing it as emptiness, see it as space. Space to breathe, space to listen, space to create. This doesn't mean you need to retreat into a cave or cut yourself off forever. It means you begin to cultivate practices that turn silence into nourishment. Journaling, walking in nature, reading deeply, even simply sitting with your thoughts instead of running from them. Solitude becomes unbearable only when we fight it. When we lean into it, when we learn to befriend it, we discover it isn't the enemy, it is the teacher. And slowly, what once felt like abandonment starts to feel like presence, presence with yourself, and presence with something larger, the unconscious, the universe, or the divine, however you choose to name it. Isolation is never the final chapter. It is the pause before renewal. Jung reminded us that the journey of individuation is like descending into the underworld, frightening, lonely, and often misunderstood by others. But eventually, after you have wrestled with your shadows and faced your fears, you rise again, carrying with you the treasure you discovered in the dark. When you emerge from a period of solitude, you are no longer the same person. You see life with clearer eyes. The relationships that once drained you lose their grip. The goals that were never truly yours begin to fade, and what remains is something authentic, a direction aligned with your soul. Think of a caterpillar inside its cocoon. From the outside, it looks like death, silence, nothingness. But within, an unseen transformation is taking place. The cocoon is not punishment, it is protection. It gives the creature time to reshape into what it was always meant to become, a butterfly. In the same way, your isolation is not emptiness, it is preparation. The stillness you're enduring is reshaping you. It is clarifying your values, strengthening your spirit, and aligning you with paths you could never have seen while distracted by the noise of the crowd. So when the season of solitude ends, you carry a gift, resilience, clarity, and a deeper connection to yourself. And this inner transformation will quietly radiate outward, shaping the way you connect with others and the world. Remember Jung's words, "Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes." Your time alone was not wasted. It was the awakening of your true self. In the end, isolation is not proof that life has abandoned you. It is proof that life is reshaping you. What feels like silence from the universe is often its most powerful message, a message that can only be heard when everything else has gone quiet. Carl Jung understood that the deepest growth doesn't come in comfort, but in solitude, struggle, and reflection. These are not wasted seasons, they are sacred pauses. And when you learn to embrace them, you discover a strength and clarity that will guide you long after the loneliness fades. So if you find yourself in this season now, don't despair. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to pause for a moment. What has isolation taught you about yourself? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might give strength to someone else walking this same path. If you want to explore more about Jung's insights and the wisdom of philosophy and psychology, make sure to subscribe. And if this video spoke to you, consider sharing it with a friend who might need the reminder that solitude is not emptiness. It is transformation. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.